long time no video. I haven't made a video in a couple of months, but I kind of like it better that way. I feel like with the YouTube stuff, there's like no pressure, so I just want to put out videos like when I actually want to. What are you doing? Kurjan's just gonna be crazy in the background, I feel like. But I wanted to make a video to show how I prepare for the new year. I feel like over the last couple of years, I have really gotten down exactly my method for the end of the year. I like to make a vision board. I like to plan my goals. I like to reflect on the previous year. And so today's December 1st, so I figured what better way than to start today and to walk you guys through a little bit about what I do. Step one is always to make a fun little drink to go with your planning. So I made a vanilla matcha. I like using the Chamberlain Coffee vanilla matcha mix, and then I used oat milk, and that's literally all that I do. Some people put like honey or different things in their matcha. I kind of just do the matcha mix and the milk, and I think it's great. Stay in. Do you want to prepare for the new year? So first things first, I have my planner from this past year. So this is my 2024 planner. And then this is my planner for the new year. So let's go through my goals from last year. The thing I love about this planner is it kind of walks you through some of that like early in the year stuff that I like to do. So I'll read little tidbits. I don't know if I'm going to put everything in because obviously it's a little bit of a personal thing. But the first question that it asks is, how do you hope to grow this year? I mostly talked about growing confidence in my career. I was a very new physical therapist last year. I started practicing in June of last year, so I was still like pretty fresh into it and learning a lot. So one of my main things was like gaining confidence in my career, continue learning in my career. And then I also added I want to make personal gains with my health and grow my habits. And then obviously like I never expect to meet all of my goals, and I definitely didn't this year. Some of them are out of my control. I did everything in my power to meet my goals. Like I really outlined everything. But I will talk a little bit about some of the goals that maybe were not met. Again, some of them are personal, so I might leave some things out, but just know that if it does seem like I met all of my goals and my year was extremely easy, that is definitely not the case. So the next question is, what would it look like if this year went perfectly? I put moving into our home, filling my work schedule with people, making people feel better. The next question is, what do you want to start doing this year? What do you want to stop doing? I put start reading more, have better routines, more self-care, and meditation. I definitely did not really meditate. I always put that in my goals. I feel like I never end up doing it, but I always want to, I'll probably put it in my goals again this year. I always want to like give myself like 10 minutes in the morning to like do some breath work, and I never do that. Maybe this is the year. I definitely did read more. I actually got into a couple of genres that I didn't think I would get into. I got more into like a fantasy type genre, which was fun. And then I'm starting another one now. So I feel like I definitely did okay with that goal. Also my routines and self-care, I feel like I definitely dived into that a little bit. My skincare routine was definitely a little bit more automatic, and like my vitamins and stuff, I feel like I did better with all of that. Things I wanted to stop doing or do less of: putting too much on my plate, overthinking, comparing, stressing. But I feel like I did a good job of that. I definitely tried to slow down a little bit this year, and again, let things happen on the timeline that they're supposed to. I'm not trying to like stick to a rigid timeline, like I must do this by this age, I must do this by this month, and all of that. I tried to like let go of all of those. So I feel like I did good with that. And then it says, what are you already doing that you want to keep doing or improve upon? I said I want to keep going to the gym regularly and meal prepping more consistently. I definitely did that, so I'm happy with that. I'm about to hit my 300th class at the gym, and I think when I filled this out, I had only been going for a little while. So I definitely kept that going. And then the meal prepping, I meal prep every week, so that is good. The next page is 2024 theme and vision. My theme for 2024 was to dive in. And then my vision, this is for the next 3 to 5 years. So this is definitely a little bit of a longer timeline, but it says, what does your life look like in 3 to 5 years? Where are you professionally, personally, and socially? I said full schedule of patients, again, like helping as many people as I can, a happy family, happy self. And then I also put continued growth on Instagram and maybe the chance for some extra income and opportunities. So even though I do all of my Instagram and social media stuff for fun, it is an added bonus that I do make money from it. So that has really been one of my biggest accomplishments of this year, I would say, is really balancing the full-time job. I'm a full-time physical therapist, so balancing that along with the content creation was definitely new, and at times I was like, oh my god, how do I don't know if I have time to do all this, but this was also by far my highest grossing year yet. I have to let Crouton get out. And I really secured some brand deals this year that are continuing into the new year with brands that I never thought that I would work with. So that has been super fun and extremely rewarding. And the fact that this is all like a for fun thing has been crazy. So the next one says, break down your future vision into the main steps that need to happen to make it a reality. I still kept that kind of vague. It gives you a little bit of like a checklist if you want to add exact steps to reach your goals. Mine was definitely more broad. I just put continuing ed courses, continued research, smart spending and saving, creativity, continued content, and making time for my family and friends. Then the next page, I did not fill this part out, but it gives you like a timeline. It's literally just a line, and it breaks up like each month and tells you to kind of like use that to map out your year's milestones and important events. Seeing everything in one place will help you define and organize your goals. My brain just doesn't work like that, so I did not fill that out, but that's okay. Next part is about goals. So these were my goals for 2024. I did 5 goals. So again, some of these I definitely did not hit. I put 50,000 followers on Instagram. I think right now I'm at 43,000, but that is still pretty great. I mean, I felt like I was setting the bar extremely high with the 50,000. I think I started 2024 with about 20,000. So I still doubled. So that was great. And it gave me something to kind of like shoot for. Again, I do this for fun. It's not like, it's really not about the followers, but the followers do also equate to like all of you that I'm getting to know and who appreciate the content. So that is definitely always like helpful and makes me happy and gives me motivation to continue creating content. So I don't try to like focus solely on the numbers. I always say that whenever content creation is no longer fun for me, I will just stop doing it, and that has not happened. So as long as it's still fun, that's all that matters, and truly the followers don't matter, but it does help that I know that you guys like the content. So my next goal was a consistent gym schedule, which I feel like I did pretty well with that. I usually go to bar 4 times a week, and then in the summertime I was definitely doing better with like walking after dinner with Crouton, but now that it gets dark at like 4 o'clock, I don't really do that as much anymore. We do have a treadmill, so that's going to be one of my goals in the upcoming year, is to still try to like get in a good amount of steps, or maybe let Crouton go for a walk before work before it gets dark. I put complete 75 hard. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a fitness challenge that some people do, but I didn't even like come close to starting that. I feel like I want to do something similar to that, but I don't know if like, I feel like that's like a little bit too restrictive for me. It kind of seems like going from like a 0 to 100, and I don't know if I want to do that. But yeah, I might make my own little like challenge for myself to do in the very beginning of the year. I think that could be fun. And then I put read 15 books, which I also did not do, but I read some pretty massive books, so I'm gonna still consider that a win. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and it was incredible, but some of those books are like 800 pages, so I feel like maybe the 15 books was a good goal, but I did still read a lot, even though I didn't read 15 books. And there's another list right below that with other important things you want to accomplish. If you want to put like some smaller goals or just some more broad things, you can add that there. And then keeping it fun, adding in a work balance. So I feel like that was a really good goal, especially like I said, this year again was my first full year of working full-time as a physical therapist, not as a content creator. So doing all the content on the side was like new for me. I was doing it on the side before, but I definitely had a lot more free time to do it. And then it goes into like the actual calendar. So it gave me the month of January. I filled out stuff that I was doing then. And then each month it gives you write your goals for the month and your challenge for the month. So every January I do the same month-long challenge. I do dry January, I don't drink alcohol. So I did that last January and went through the whole month, and I'm planning on doing that again this January. And then it breaks down, it gives you a little journal prompt at the beginning of each week. So this is the first one because it was the first week of 2024. It says, set the tone for an amazing year. set your theme for 2024. What will be your first step in bringing that theme to life this week? And so I kind of like wrote a little bit about that. And then the next page is all about weekly goals. So this was for January 1 through 7. It gives you a spot for your top 3 goals, and then another like smaller list for other things you want to complete that week. And then it says reflect and celebrate. So I said last year was amazing. Let's get this year started on the right foot. And then it gives you a weekly calendar. So I'll show you all of this in my new one, just because again, like obviously there's some personal stuff written in here, but yeah, I really love how this lays everything out for you. Like it lays out the beginning of the year, and then it also lays out the end of the year. So I should fill that out. So this is what it looks like. So this is like the journal prompt side. This is for the end of the year. So I'm going to fill this out probably right after I finish this video. Congratulate yourself on a job well done. What areas have you grown since starting this planner, and what are you proud of yourself for this year? And then this is what all of the weekly ones look like. So here's the last one for the week. Top 3 goals and tasks, reflect and celebrate. And then it tells you to like review your yearly, monthly goals, and then last week's progress and your 31-day challenge for the month. This is the week. I did not fill this out yet. And then this is all in the back. So this is where I'll write my achievements for this year. Looking back at the year, it gives you a couple different questions. And then that's it. It gives you some extra pages in case you want to like journal. And then I think there's a few of those in the front as well. But let's open up my new one. The planner is from Ink and Volt, by the way. It's the goal planner. And this is my 3rd year getting this. So I used it in 2023 as well. And I loved it. So I got it again. Here are some of those pages I was like reading you guys from before. So same questions. Things you want to change. Things that you want to keep doing. Theme and vision. Key actions. Timeline. This is that line that I said my brain doesn't really work with. I probably will not fill that out. 5 goals for the year, other important things, and then here's where you lay out each goal. And you can, I don't really like go back to these pages till the end of the year, but you can like fill in your progress if it's a goal like that, if it's like a quantitative goal. And here's these, same pages. This is what the month will look like. I'll fill that out. It gives you notes, and if you want to have something that you focus on. And then each month there's goals, 31-day challenge. You sign it, almost like a contract with yourself. You sign the bottom, and then sometimes I'll go through and I'll highlight, like as each day goes by, I'll highlight until I get to the end of the month. And this probably has the same, yep, this is the same prompt as last year. So about setting your theme, and then you're going to set your goals. And then this is what the weekly goals look like. So your top 3, reflect and celebrate, and then it tells you to go back and check all these. It'll ask you different questions, like as you go throughout the year. It'll tell you like, oh, hey, you're halfway through. How are your goals going? Stuff like that. So that is step number 1. I go through my planner. I go through my old planner. I read through everything. I kind of reflect on everything. And then in that first like journal spot, it kind of prompts me to do this anyway, but I would prompt myself if it didn't prompt me to like reflect on last year and like what goals did you hit? What goals did you not? How do you feel? What went good? What went bad? So like I said, I will do that. The next thing I like to do is all on my phone. So I go through what I call my dailies, my weeklies, and my monthlies. So I have a note in my phone that's called routines. And so I break it up into daily, my morning routine, and then daily night routine. And then I have weekly, which is typically Sundays. I kind of separate it if it's a different day of the week that I need to do it. And then monthlies, and then I do have some bi-monthlies on there. Right now, what I have put like the simplest things on here just so I have something to check off because it makes me feel accomplished. So for example, the first thing on my list is brush my teeth, which I do anyway, but that is just part of my morning routine. So I add it in there. This is my daily morning routine for 2024 that I made a year ago. Brush and floss my teeth, work out, and then that's kind of vague, but I added to go to bar or go for a walk. And then I do my daily planner. So I fill this in with my to-do list for the day. I used to do 5-minute journal. I don't really do that anymore, but that's on here. And then I said morning skincare. I do ice roll. I have a spray, a serum, and a lotion. So I put those on. take my vitamins, and then warm lemon water. So that's my daily morning routine. That will probably stay relatively similar. And then my daily night routine is a little bit longer because I kind of prepare for the next day. So again, the first thing on there is brush and floss my teeth. I put my retainers in, so I put retainers, or I should say that I want to put my retainers in more often. I hate putting them in, but I don't want my teeth to move, so I'm trying to make that a better habit. Put out clothes for the next day, take a shower, put on lotion and body oil, wash off my makeup. I do that in the shower anyway. Face cleanser and nighttime skin routine, which is basically just washing my face, and sometimes I'll put like lash serum or castor oil on, that's on here, and then sometimes I'll put a lip mask on when I go to bed. Then I also put read 10 minutes and then 5-minute journal again. I don't really do the 5-minute journal anymore. I do like it. There's not any particular reason. I just feel like I already like filled this all out, and I don't know. Maybe I will get back into that habit. Maybe I'll shoot for the moon. I'll put that on my list again. But so again, that will stay pretty similar. I feel like I stayed pretty consistent with that. Then my weeklies. So my weekly habits are clean my sheets in my bedding, put on self tanner, do a face mask, fill in my planner for the week, plan my grocery list and meals, and go grocery shopping, fold all my laundry, and then I put, these are more vague, but dishes, vacuum, sweep, and Swiffer. So basically I try to clean as much as I can on Sundays. That's like my Sunday reset plan. And I try to do all of those once a week if I can. Obviously some weeks are busier than others, but if I am home, I try to do that, and I'm really on top of it. And I know I'm going to be busy on Sunday. I will do all that on Saturday. And then my monthlies, which I try to do on the first of the month, is fill in my calendar. I used to make a vision board every month. I'm probably not going to do that anymore, but I put vision board and then fill in my planner. Again, that's this planner for like that monthly goal and the monthly challenge. I also have a bi-monthly category on here, which I feel like I was not very good at sticking with, but I'm going to try to be better. Actually, I was really bad at sticking with this. I have not gotten a massage in like 2 years. And so my bi-monthly, I want to do a massage, a facial, and a closet clean out. I think what I'm going to do, that might be part of my plan this year, is I'm going to make all these appointments. So I'm going to do a facial every other month, and then the months in between that, I will do a massage. That's my goal. And then a closet clean out. I do that like bi-monthly or every 3 months. I clean my closet out like with the seasons. I try to, because Dalton and I share a closet and it's not that big, so we need to. But yeah, so I lay all those out and they're in checklist form. So I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's like my routines, and then you can check it off. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. So I can check it off and it'll go to the bottom. I don't check them off every day. I kind of just like go with them, because honestly, this morning routine takes me like, other than the workout part, but this all takes me like 5 minutes. Like I get up quick, I brush my teeth, I go grab my lemon water, I take my vitamins, I do my skincare routine like almost while I'm doing that, and then I go work out. So this is all like quick, even though it's like a lot of steps, I do it relatively quickly. Same with this. It's like habit stack. I don't know if anyone has read Atomic Habits, but it talks about like building habits and habit stacking. And that has helped me so much. Like for example, so when I do like the warm lemon water in the morning, like while that's in the microwave, I'll literally go downstairs, put that in the microwave, come upstairs, do like 2 steps of my skincare routine, go back downstairs, grab that, come back up, grab my vitamins, do the other step of the skincare routine. Like I do everything like all at once. That's why I feel like I can accomplish it in like 5 minutes. I can do all of those things that will benefit me for the whole day. Market list. I use this every week and I always get questions about it in my DMs. People are always asking where it's from. It's from Sugar Paper is the brand. Someone actually gifted me my first one, and now I keep buying it because it's awesome. So it has the meal plan on the side. You can fill in all of your meals, and then it breaks everything into produce, grains, other meat, fish, and then dairy. So I always make my list, take a picture of it, go to the store. Like this is my list from earlier today. I like fill all that out, and then it basically, like when I'm done with this, it just rips off. But the thing that I really love about this is it makes me, well, it doesn't make me, but it prompts me to plan out all of my meals for the whole week. And then I will, like, as I fill out, so I put chicken enchiladas, found a recipe, pulled it up, saw what I had and what I didn't have, and then I put all of that onto my list. So I only, when I go to the grocery store, I only get what I actually need, and it has been like life-changing. It's sometimes obviously we put other things into the cart, like we'll go and I'll be like, ooh, this looks good, or oh, I want to try this, or whatever. But for the most part, like especially it's helpful with like meat. We used to always just go and get like, we'd always get chicken, ground beef, bacon, like we'd get all of the meats. And now like there's no point in doing that. Like we're not having any ground beef this week, so we just didn't buy any. So super helpful. So Notion is basically a digital planner, and I made a digital version basically of the planner that I already have. I made that before I got the Ink and Volt planner, so I really don't use Notion as much as I used to. One thing I did use it for, and I will use it for again, is writing a letter to myself. So at the end of 2023, I wrote myself what I call a 2024 letter, and I basically write a letter as if it's now and I'm writing to my past self. So like you kind of write as if you accomplished everything that you wanted to, and you write it back to your old self. So I'll give you the SparkNote version because again, so my first line basically says, I have high expectations for you and you exceeded them all. I would say that that is true. I feel like personally and professionally, I am in the best spot I have ever been in, and I did not expect that. I did not expect 2024 to be as good as it was, but it definitely also had possibly the lowest points of my entire life. So I did not expect that either. I wrote about work. The work that I do, maybe I should talk about that more. So I'm a physical therapist, but I work at a very holistic, like full body approach type of place. And it's true. I see some really cool stuff. And it's really fun to help people. So I definitely love my job. I talked about our new house and like adding things onto it. I kind of wish like back then I was a little more specific because we actually did end up adding a ton of stuff into our house. Like way more than I thought we were going to, especially in like our backyard. We like added a lot of stuff, so I wish I was more specific with what my goals were because I'm sure that we exceeded those. I kind of surprised myself with how much we did. I again put that I completed 75 hard. I did not do that, and I don't know if I ever will, honestly. But I will say I still like crushed some workouts. I feel like I stuck to a routine, so all good stuff. Yeah, I feel like this year in my letter to myself, I want to be like a little bit more specific and really like, I definitely wrote like a lot in this, but I wasn't very specific, so I want to be a little more specific. But I will do that. So that's another thing that I'll do. I probably won't fill out my resolutions and all that stuff in my Notion template, but I will write myself a 2025 letter to my past self or to my future self, basically, and then read that at the end of the year. So this was the first year that I did that I wrote myself a letter. I forget who told me to do that, but I did it, and I'm happy that I went back and read it because obviously, like I have said a million times, you're not going to reach every goal, but it's very motivating to see like the goals that you set, the things that were important to you a year ago, and even how much things change. So yeah, pretty cool. But I will definitely do that again. And honestly, that's kind of my ritual. So I do the planner, I do the 2024 letter to myself, and then I fill out my dailies, weeklies, my monthlies, and kind of get everything on track. Oh, something else that I do, I'm pretty much going to add this into my 2025 letter to myself, like a couple of these little prompts, but I like to write not only goals, but things that I'm looking forward to in the next year. And then also, this might sound like aggressive. I know some people are like, don't try to reinvent yourself. You don't have to reinvent yourself just because it's New Year. I don't want to completely reinvent myself, but I like to write this prompt, and it's like, who do I want to become in 2024? And it's basically like putting all of those habits into like adjectives. So like last year I put like, I want to become someone who meal preps every week, who like has good time management skills. I want to become someone who takes good care of her body, and like, and it might be things that you're already doing, but it's like, it's almost how you want to be perceived, but I don't even want to say it like that because it's not about like what other people think about you. It's how you feel about yourself. So, but yeah, sometimes I fill out that prompt of who I want to become and then habits to help me become her. So sometimes I like using that prompt. It's like what habits does your ideal self have, and just do those and like become those. I don't know if that makes any sense what I just said. But yeah, I do that and I add that. I'm going to add that this year into my letter. Last year I did it like in its own prompts in my Notion, but this year I think I'm just going to add that into my 2025 letter of like who. That is how I prepare for the best year ever. So cheers. Hope that 2025 is good to you, and I'm going to hope that it's good to me as well. And maybe next year we'll come back and we'll read back through all of the goals that I made and do this all again. I think it's always so fun to like read what you did a year ago. I really like that whole like writing to your future self thing is so fun. But happy holidays, happy new year, and thank you for watching. Love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be 2 months from now.